Hello friends, welcome to yet another session of fault finding and diagnosis in Godrej appliances. In today's topic, we would be touching upon vibration and tub banging in fully automatic washing machines. The customer feedback for this kind of a problem would be that their experiences tub banging. The tub is banging against the cabinet. There are a lot of vibrations and noise in the machine. There is a rattling sound when the machine is working. These are the customer observations and feedbacks. Here are some questions that the customers can answer with respect to this kind of a problem. The technician can ask when was the noise observed, was it during wash or spin operation, because there is a difference in the rotation speed between wash and spin, and the maximum possibility of vibration or tub banging can occur during the spin operation. And also the second question would be, did you observe pulsator and tub rotation? That is whether the pulsator and tub are rotating properly, so we can understand if the motor, belt, capacitor or pulley is faulty. The third question would be, is there any noise while the pulsator is rotating? This is asked to understand whether there is any foreign material which is lodged between the pulsator and the tub, and that is making some kind of a screeching noise. The next question would be, was there any repair done before this complaint? That is, if there is a workmanship issue and if someone else has done some kind of a repair job which is not correct. The next question would be, is the machine placed on a trolley? We have to understand that if a wrong kind of a trolley is used, or if the machine is moving during operation, it can experience vibration and tub banging and some kind of vibration related noises. And the last question would be, normally how do you load the cloth? To understand the customer usage. The loading pattern of the clothes also depends a lot on how the vibration and tub banging patterns occurs, and vibration also depends upon whether the clothes are loaded properly or not. Based on the answers that you get from all those questions, you would be preparing some kind of a dot matrix, that is the possible defects, the possible causes of this kind of a symptom, that is vibration tub banging. The first one could be the washing machine is not loaded properly. The second defect could be the washing machine is not leveled properly. The third defect could be there is insufficient water, that is less water and lot of clothes, or a large amount of water and very less amount of clothes. This unbalance between the water and the level of clothes could also cause unbalanced load. Then the next problem could be because of belt tension or the belt is loose. The next problem could be that the mechanical assembly or the gearbox assembly can be faulty, or the next could be that the balancing ring is defective, or there is a liquid inside the balancing ring which balances the tub. That liquid must have leaked. The next problem could be that the suspension set is defective, and the last problem could be that the safety lever has been engaged because of some kind of an eccentric load which is acting on the tub. So we put all possibilities of failure into electrical, electronic, mechanical usage conditions, and then we check all of these possibilities of failures one by one. These are the tools that we would require when we are diagnosing or repairing the fault of vibration and tub banging. We would require a spirit level, a set of pliers, a T-tool, ring spanners, Phillips head screwdrivers, and a multimeter. The first defect is that the machine is not leveled, and that is the reason why it is banging. So we have to try to place the machine on a properly flat and firm surface. To check the machine level with the help of water, what we do is first we select the daily cycle without load and manually adjust the water level to 2. There should be no clothes inside the tub. The tub should be empty. We just select one daily cycle and the water level to manually adjust to 2. Allow the water to fill to that level and let the tub rotate for a few minutes of time. After that, pause the machine and allow the water to settle down. There should be no water movement or there should be no turbulence when we are checking the water level. Now what we do is we check the level of the water with respect to the row of holes nearest to it. The tub has got a lot of holes. They are in different rows. So the row of holes which are just nearer to the water tub and the level of the water, we should match these two. We should match the row of the holes to the level of water, because the water level is the level with respect to the gravity of the earth. So that should be taken as a standard, or that should be taken as a reference. And with that reference we have to level the row of holes inside the tub. How do we do that? We do that by introducing some amount of packing material below the respective legs of the washing machine so that it may be lifted or lowered as the case may be, to match the row of holes and also the level of water. Once these two are matched, we know that the inner tub is matched with the level of water, or the inner tub is properly leveled. The inner tub, it is important that it is to be properly leveled. The machine level is okay if the water level matches with the steel tub holes at the top, at the middle or at the bottom of all sides. You can see the red line which is shown. At least the water level should match with the top of the holes. The water level should match with, or it can be matched with the middle of the holes, or it can be matched with a line, an imaginary line which is connecting the bottom of the holes. Any three of these can be matched. If any of the sides the water level is not okay, then what we have to do is we have to again re-level the machine till the time we get the tub and the water level at the same level. Many a times, due to improper installation, we get a lot of vibration and banging issues in washing machines. A lot depends upon the skill of the technician to properly level the machine and keep it on a firm surface. We press the corners of the machine diagonally to check whether the leveling has been proper or not, or whether there is some skew, or whether the machine has got some kind of a movement. If any movement is observed, we have to adjust the legs for the proper leveling. And after that, we have to repeat the step number 2, that is to check the water level again, and then all the steps from A to E. The second cause of vibration and tub banging could be because of any uneven load that is generated when the tub is rotating. This could be because of improper loading of the cloths inside the tub. During the demonstration time, we have to demonstrate how to load the clothes properly inside the tub. We have to give a customer an education about the tub loading pattern. That is, we have to sort the clothes by weight, that is heavy items and light items differently. The heavy items should be evenly spread at the bottom of the tub, and the light items should be evenly spread at the top of the heavy cloths. When we evenly distribute the cloth load inside the tub, then we ensure that very little eccentric load is created when the tub is rotating, and there is very little vibration or any chance of tub banging. Another cause of tub banging could be the improper tension in the V belt that is driving the gearbox or which is driving the tub. To check the V belt, there is a very simple thumb rule. What we have to do is we check the belt tension by hand. We press the belt at any place near the center of the belt in between the two pulleys, that is the motor pulley and the gearbox pulley, and we see that the belt should not be pushed beyond half an inch or 12 mm roughly. So that is a rough thumb rule that the technicians usually use during the field. And we should also use for such kind of wearing marks or cracks on the belt, and if they are found, the belt should be immediately replaced. We have to check the belt. It should not deflect beyond half an inch. Very little tension in the belt will create heat and the belt will prematurely fail. Too much tension can cause overload to the mechanical assembly and it can damage the motor or the bearing of the gearbox. If the belt tension is either loose or tight, we have to adjust the belt for proper tension. If there are any wears and tears are visible on the belt, we have to immediately replace the belt. Sometimes a fuzzy logic recalibration also helps. When the machines grow old, then we have to recalibrate the machine so that the machine parameters are reset according to the current status that the machine is in. For calibration of different kinds of washing machines, we will look at the various procedures. This is the calibration procedure of Allure washing machine whose date of manufacturing is prior to 13th August 2018. In this machine, what we do is we have to first press and hold the start key and then hold the power key and then hold both these keys for at least 2 seconds and then leave. Then automatically the fuzzy calibration will be done as per the current status of the machine and then the machine parameters can be reset. For Allure machines manufactured after 13th August 2018, there is a slightly different kind of a setup for calibration of the machine. That is, first we have to press both customize and start key and then we have to press the power key and keep all these three keys pressed for 2 seconds and then leave these keys. Then the fuzzy calibration will automatically work and then afterwards we have to turn the machine off and then on and the machine can be recalibrated. Calibration modes for Auriga model. First press the start key and then press the power key. Calibration modes for Audra model. Press the program and the start key and then press the power key and then keep them pressed for 3 seconds. Calibration mode for Allure Classic is also similar to the calibration mode for Audra model, that is, program and the start button are to be pressed first and then the power button is to be pressed. In Glitz model, what we have to do is we have to turn the power on of the machine and then we have to press both the left and the top arrow keys together for 3 seconds. All these calibrations should be done without water and clothes inside the tub. These recalibrations also helps to clear any garbage data in the program or in the program chip and then resets the program in the machine so that it works without any glitches or without any problems. For GWF 650 FDHP, 650 FDH, 650 FDC, WT 650 FDC and DAC machines, the calibration process is that we have to press the start button and then press the power on button, that is the red button at the back of the machine. Another defect which can lead to vibration and tub banging is the amount of liquid inside the balancing ring of the tub. There is a balancing ring which is mounted on top of the tub, which contains a brine solution inside. That brine solution is colored blue so that it is easily visible from outside. And then when the tub rotates, the water or the brine solution inside this balancing ring, it balances the tub and reduces its vibrations. Now, if the balancing ring has got less brine, or it is completely dried up, or the brine is completely leaked out and there is no water inside the balancing ring, then the machine will vibrate and it will run out of center very heavily and it will cause very heavy vibration and tub banging. The weight of the balancing ring is very critical in washing machines. For example, for Glitz and Allure models, the weight of the balancing ring is 1820 grams plus or minus 20 grams. Another cause for vibration and tub banging in washing machines is the mechanical assembly. We have to check the mechanical assembly whether it is freely moving. We have to check the mechanical assembly. Check nut could be loose. If it is found loose, we have to tighten it. Tighten the mechanical assembly check nut using the special tool given for tightening the check nut, and no other tool should be used. Check whether the washers are in place. The mechanical assembly has got these kinds of washers at both the top and the bottom, and these washers should be in place and they should not have been cracked or they should not have been disfigured or deformed. If the washer is missing, then it will lead to heavy vibration, and if the washer is cracked or deformed, then also it can lead to heavy vibration. The next possible cause of vibration and tub banging are the suspension rods. There are 4 suspension rods which are spring loaded and which hold the tub in balance. These suspension rods are hooked at one side to the 4 corners at the top of the cabinet and the 4 consecutive places at the bottom of the outer tub, and they are spring loaded. All these suspension rods, they have to be completely dust free, rust free. They should not be skewed, they should not be bent. The spring should move easily. There are some rubber bushes inside, and these bushes should slide easily over the stem at the center. The stem should be adequately greased. There should be no rust marks. They should not be jammed. There should not be any cracks in the plastic parts of the suspension rods. These are the visual checks that we should check, and then if it is dry, we should grease it properly so that the suspension rods work without any jamming or without any other kinds of failure. The corner brackets on which the suspension rods are hooked at each of the 4 corners of the cabinet should be checked for their mechanical stiffness and rigidity, because they are plastic parts and they can wear and tear over a long period of usage. And there are some sets of modified suspension rods which were prepared for the Allure washing machine because of some cases of Allure washing machine tub banging, and these modified suspension rods are a little stiffer than the original rods and they are of a different design. These suspension rods have white and pink color tops on them, and these are the colors through which we can identify them. These are the modified suspension rods whose item codes are given over here. The white colored suspension rods are for the front and the pink colored suspension rods are for the rear. So with this color coding, we can come to know which suspension rods to be fitted where. The safety lever is a device which is installed on the machine to stop the machine in case of excessive tub banging or unbalanced load. But if the safety lever itself is not working properly, then we should check the following points. We should check for any physical damage or breakage of the switching part. We should check for any bent, damage or breakage of the lever part. We should check for any rusting or oxidation on the switch terminals because of which the switch may not operate. There should not be any chattering of the switch when it is turning on and off. We have to check for the proper springing action of the switch. This is the working of the safety lever in the washing machine. In case of very heavy banging, the tub hits the lever and the lever switches the machine off. And when the switch is off due to heavy unbalance, what the machine does is it tries to balance it. It tries to balance the clothes by introducing some water inside the tub, and what happens is that water will try to bring the clothes back to one balanced position. So these are the various methods through which we can try to stop and arrest vibration and tub banging in washing machines. I hope you have found this fault diagnosis useful, and we will be back with many more such fault diagnosis modules for you. Thank you.